Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to take a look at Brutal Power and Psychosis Recoome Guldo. They are Planet Namek Saga lead of Key plus 3 HP attack and defense of 130%. They raise attack and defense for 1 turn, cause supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lower their attack and defense. Their passive skill is attack and defense of 180% with an additional attack and defense of 10% with each attack received up to 50%. They have a high chance of guarding all attacks and have an additional defense of 50% within the same turn when guard is activated. They will seal the attacked enemy super attack, guard all attacks, and have a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy when there's an ally whose name includes Ginyu attacking in the same turn. Frieza's army, Frieza's minions, the Ginyu Force, Brutal Beatdown, Signature Pose, Loyalty, and Fierce Battle are their link skills, and on the categories Planet Namek Saga, Ginyu Force, Dragon Ball Seekers, Joint Forces, Terrifying Conquerors, Special Pose, and Space Traveling Warriors. In terms of build, honestly speaking, I would probably say you want to give them, I feel like additional. Crit does help because they don't hit high attack stats, so crit does help them do some damage. But honestly speaking, additionals makes them better defensively. Alternatively, you can give them evasion if you really want to. Could help them in the early phases of some fights, but they're still strong enough, at least at rainbow level with 10 links, to be really, really good. So here's the thing. These guys are still pretty good. They're still really, really good. Still a great tanky unit. They bring a lot to the table that I think is still excellent for them as a unit. If I'm being entirely honest, I think they still are incredibly consistent. They do obviously preferably, I say preferably, but you know, the Ginyu Force team is the Ginyu Force team. They're meant to kind of be run as a Ginyu Force team. And they obviously want to side with, they obviously want to side with being with the, other Ginyu Force members. It's just how it works. Especially link-wise, they have a lot of links that they benefit from together. So there is just a lot that they have to deal with. Now, the thing is, at least for me, in terms of them as a unit, they are somewhat fragile at 55%. Nowadays events do start to hit really hard out the gate, and even getting hit 5 times can net you a bit of chip damage, even with a unit that has guard. Now one thing I will say, they do feel really, really good after that 50% defensive raise from when their guard is active. Like I'm talking early on, I'm talking at the 55% level. At the rainbow level, they're just really solid. I mean, at the rainbow level, you're looking at a unit that's going to have 500k defense. A unit that, like this unit, you're going to see it have 500k defense. They're going to get hit once, and that defense is going to raise to over 700,000, which is really, really good. Then you get the super attack raise, so it becomes like 800k. And then they have the guard on top of that, so they all of a sudden super tanky. So they're still incredibly tanky, especially at a rainbow and a link level 10 level, because their links also give them a lot. Frieza's minion, 10% defense. Frieza's army, 20% defense. Ginyu Force, okay, not so much there, but loyalty, 5% damage reduction. All of these things are not crucial, but are big in determining how well they do. 5 million attack stats, not huge by today's standards, but still fine for a unit so defensively sound. Still incredibly fine. And yeah, they are relatively easy to use. They need a Ginyu attacking in the same turn. I think that's going to start to become more of an issue for them than their own performance. Because without a Ginyu, it's just a high chance of guard activating, which isn't terrible, but it is a significant difference. And in terms of Ginyus, look, the AGL1 is still great. He needs dupes, at least from my perspective. He definitely needs, I would say, a dupe or two to be super duper consistent. But that's going to be more of something that holds them back than I think than their own performance. Captain Ginyu, 100% is still a great unit, and he can still really, really do well. And these guys really, really facilitate him. But as that Captain Ginyu ages, no matter how strong these guys remain defensively, which they still will be pretty strong, You know, 500k defense with guard, with an additional 50% after being hit, with raising defense. They're still a very strong unit defensively. But as Ginyu ages, they are also probably going to experience some issues. If Ginyu gets an ETA, or we just get maybe another Ginyu or a different type of Ginyu to help out the team, or even just maybe another support, like another Jason Berta style support to help out the team, then I think they could continue to remain an incredibly amazing defensive unit. I think these guys are brilliant, and I think the Ginyu Force is brilliant, and I do love the fact that the Ginyu Force is so built in as a team, that I think it's really awesome. But yeah, I do think ultimately at the end of the day, their aging is going to be a bit more dependent on Ginyu aging more than themselves, and I think that's just a trend that they're going to have to accept. But yeah, that's it from me. Overall, this unit, amazing. If you do have them, definitely link level them. If you have them and you've got dupes in them, definitely consider filling out the hidden potential system. These guys are awesome. I love using them, and I think they are really, really great on that Ginyu Force team. But that's going to be it from me. Bye.